Debbie was looking at Facebook this morning and she discovered that there is a fake website on Facebook that has been set up for Vindicating Trump. It looks like it's real, but it's not real. We did not set it up. And you know it's fake because if you try to get, there's a link, like you can get tickets by clicking over here, but you can't. It tells you no such venue. And so this is an attempt to mislead people. This is the kind of bogus stuff that the left does to deflect, to make it difficult, to confuse you, like, oh my gosh, there must be something wrong. The truth of it is that is not taking you to the movie website. So if you want to get tickets for Vindicating Trump, and you should go see it next weekend in the opening weekend, September 27th, that's Friday 28th, Saturday, or Sunday the 29th. Very helpful to us. It will give the movie an early sort of dose of rocket fuel that sends us into the week and then into our second weekend. So that's the way to see it. But get tickets by going directly to theater sites. Like you can get them from Fandango and other types of movie sites, or the one-stop shop. Go to the website vindicatingtrump.com. Now, get the name right, because there are a couple of people who are like, well, I typed in Trump vindicated. No, it's vindicatingtrump.com. That's the website. That will take you right there. Put in your city, put in your zip code, boom, theaters come up. And by the way, if you don't see a theater right in your area, be a little patient with us. We're adding more theaters. In fact, a whole bunch of theaters that are going to go up on Monday, setting up our sort of full kind of theatrical list for the opening. So this adding of theaters is one of those types of back and forth things. And look, so be patient and keep trying back to see if we've added theaters that are more convenient for you, if you don't see one that is very much within striking distance. I've begun my familiar media blitz and tour for the book. It's kind of hectic, but in a good way, because it's a chance to preview the movie, talk about the themes in it, make the central points that make the movie unique. And I want to say this because people sometimes ask me, like, Dinesh, how do you go about doing a film like this? Like, where do you get the premise? What makes you think of like this would make a good film? And I said on one of these shows, I said, look, what I don't want to do is sort of take the lay of the land of what's out there, the kind of familiar boilerplate of things that are said about Trump, and make a movie that regurgitates that. That is absolutely not what I'm going to do. What I want to do is I want to start where things are, start with the lay of the land, and then push the debate one step further. So if we flash back to my first film on Obama, people were saying, Obama's a civil rights guy. He's a reincarnation of Martin Luther King. His history is right out of Selma and Montgomery and the civil rights marches. That's my starting point. And the moment I realize I have a movie is when my answer is, no, it's not. That's not Obama's history. That's not what he cares about. He spends his time brooding and thinking. He does have very powerful dreams, but they're not the dreams of Martin Luther King. It's not I have a dream. It's the dreams from his father. So let's go find out. And that's when the movie becomes a journey to find out the dreams that Obama got from his father. Similarly with Trump, my starting point is you got a lot of people who say things, and I keep hearing these over the months and even over the years. Well, I don't really like Trump, but I'm going to vote for him. I like his policies. Or you hear people say, I just wish he'd keep his mouth shut. He needs to stop with the social media. He needs to stop with the insulting people. Or you have people who say, in some form or another, that they want a new and different Trump. If only Trump would do this, if only Trump would do that. Apparently what they want Trump to do is engage in introspection, realize that he's kind of a little bit of a defective character, and fix himself. And then they're going to be very comfortable voting for him. He needs to follow their prescription for how he can improve his personality and his life. And so my starting point in this film is, does that make any sense? First of all, is anyone going to actually do that? If I'm running for office and someone goes, well, Dinesh, you're kind of a good guy and all, but, we need a new and different Dinesh. You need to be rehabilitated. So here's our formula for how you can become like Dinesh 2.0. We want to vote for Dinesh 2.0, not for Dinesh. First of all, that's not going to happen, and it's not going to happen with Trump. Second of all, unrealistic as it is, it shouldn't happen. And this is kind of one of the key messages of the movie. It's that we don't need to remake Trump. Actually, we need to remake our understanding of Trump. Why? Because Trump is the right guy for the crisis that we face as a country today. He's not only the best choice, in some ways he's the only choice, because he has the singular virtues. And this is a key point. People are always talking about Trump's vices, and I'm happy to talk about them. I discuss them in my book on Trump. This is the book Vindicating Trump, which you can get also on the website, vindicatingtrump.com. Just go down. You'll see a little tab for Amazon, a Barnes & Noble. But my point is, ignored in all this talk about Trump's so-called vices is, let's make a list of Trump's virtues. And then let's see how common those virtues are in the GOP, among the leadership of the GOP, even among some of the rank and file GOP sort of establishment types who go, well, it's almost like they act like they're too good for Trump. And the question I have is, isn't Trump too good for you? Have you ever looked in the mirror, made a list of your vices and virtues and stacked them up against Trump to see who actually comes out ahead? What about the vices of the Democrats? You ever hear Democrats say things like, well, yeah, Biden is utterly corrupt and takes money from all these foreign countries, but I like his policies. I'm still going to vote for him. You hear people say, well, Kamala Harris was kind of a hooker and she kind of levitated her way up in her career, but guess what? I like her policies. I like her laugh. I'm going to vote for her. No, the Democrats never say things like that. Our side has the peculiar characteristic of doing it. So the movie gets into all this. And as I mentioned before, it's a centerpiece of it is my one-on-one with Trump. And I'm very proud of the fact that I think I was able to bring out an aspect of Trump that hasn't been really seen in public before. In fact, it's a side of Trump that I think Trump himself has sought to conceal, because Trump is raised in the kind of the manly tradition. Don't show vulnerability. Don't put yourself out there. Don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. And so when he's been asked these kinds of questions in the past, he moves away. He goes in a different direction. But you'll see Trump in, I think, at least in some respects, a reflective and very wonderful new light in this film. So get your tickets, get signed up, make plans, round up your buddies, vindicatingtrump.com. Get your tickets from there. Don't try to get them off the fake Facebook site. Go to the genuine site, vindicatingtrump.com.